Conversations with the King, Journals of a Young Apprentice, is a book about my life with Elvis Presley from a spiritual perspective. A lot of things have been written about Elvis's life, his entertainment perspectives, his life, his movies, his music. But Conversations with the King is the first book that examines the spiritual side of Elvis Presley. And as his youngest stepbrother, and as a person who spent 17 years with him, growing up with him, we had many conversations dealing with just that, his spiritual perspectives. So Conversations with the King, Journals of a Young Apprentice, is that spiritual journey between David Stanley and Elvis Presley. And so I start the book with the last conversation I had with Elvis.
Boss?
And I looked at him and I felt for him. The last couple of years had been testing, to say the least. The prescribed medications were taking effect. He was overweight, he was sweating, but he was in deep thought as he was reading.
Hey, David. Who am I?
And I said, well, you're the king. Boss, you're the king.
Oh, David. There's only one king. Come here.
We talked about the tour coming up, the last couple of years, the family.
I gotta tell you, boy. Hell lot's happened over the last couple of years, huh?
It has, boss. It has.
Come here. I love you, David.
I love you too.
Listen. I want you to know that the next time you see me, I'm gonna be in a different place. On a higher plane.
And I just looked at him and I didn't understand. And I looked around at some of the books that he was reading. He always had books around his bed on spiritual things or mysticism, the impersonal life, the prophet, things of that nature. And the comment kind of rattled me a bit. I thought he had read this somewhere. And I looked back at him and I said,
No, boss. No, next plane's gonna be yours. To Portland on the 16th.
All right, 16.
Hey, boss.
On the 16th, David. The 16th.
and I couldn't get it out of my mind. What did he mean by that? Now, on the 16th of August, I was back at Graceland. And when I went into his bathroom on that day, I discovered his lifeless body. Elvis Presley had died. In the 33 years since he's been gone, I've been trying to communicate the messages that Elvis instilled in me as the young apprentice. And Conversations with the King, Journals of a Young Apprentice does that.